You are now tuned into the Boxing Bros. I'm Caden, and we about to get activated. Speaking of activated, my bro Trill Dollar Bill has released a new track on his YouTube channel at Raid Trilogy. Check it out. The song's called Activated. This is G Day. This is G Block. Always. I'm Caden. I'm here with my co-host.
What's going on, everybody? It's the Commissioner Trill Dollar Bill, and you already know what it is. It's LLG for life. It's time to get activated.
That's right. We're about to get activated right now and talk about the New York State Athletic Commission gives Devin Haney his O back. That's right. They ruled his fight with Ryan Garcia a no contest. But do you consider Devin undefeated now that the New York State Athletic Commission has given him his O back? That's what we're going to discuss. But first, we're going to take a look at some of the backstory with this. And so the first thing we're going to do is look at Devin's reaction to getting his O back. So here's what he posted once it was announced that he was going to get his O back. So I'm going to turn his music off because, copyright purposes. But you see, he's dancing. Devin is happy about getting his O back from the Athletic Commission. So that's his reaction to getting his O back. So as everyone knows, Timothy Bradley said in the build-up to that fight that he would retire if Ryan Garcia beat Devin Haney. And Ryan Garcia did beat Devin Haney. So that led to a lot of people going after Timothy Bradley. Well, Timothy Bradley was interviewed, and here's what he had to say about the announcement and everything.
The last one for me, man. Just Devin Haney. I think we talked about it a little bit earlier, but is on second thought, is he making the right call, stepping away from the ring, taking a long break after this Ryan Garcia stuff?
Nah, he should take a long break. He should. The beating that he took, now it's mental for him now.
But he even said that.
He is now considered, I guess, the villain. The loser. Although the real villain and the real loser is Ryan Garcia. I probably shouldn't even say that, but it's just it is what it is because I don't think I have the merit to be able to say that because you already know how I feel already. But I'm just keeping it 100. I mean, what are we doing? Why are we praising this guy?
Why do you think that is, though?
We cheat. I mean, come on. But it's the way the society is now, man. You uplifting negativity. That's just I can't deal with that, man. It's hard for me to understand it, and I could just see how this young man is operating, and he got everybody confused. But at the end of the day, he cheated, man. Came in on the over the weight. He took that Ostarine or whatever that shit's called. He took that, no doubt about it. And they just had another sample that just got tested.
The New York Commission
just tested it, and they still found it in there. So and then all the excuses that were being made and all this, and you got everybody defending this kid, man. He cheated. Period. Cheated at the end of the damn day, bro. So why are we trying to protect this kid? So, I mean, I've already said too much already, dog. It is what it is, man. Y'all get me going on this, bro.
That's what Timothy Bradley had to say. And when he said he doesn't know if he has the merit to speak, he was basically talking because people have been calling him out on how he's been bashing Ryan from the beginning. And so he said he was going to retire if Ryan won. So it's kind of like, obviously, he's going to jump on this and now claim oh yeah, he cheated. So hold on a second. I don't know if I was sharing the right thing. Let me get right here. So here's lastly the end result, which is Michael Benson. He posted, Devin Haney is now officially an undefeated fighter again at 31-0 after Ryan Garcia fight was made a no contest due to Ryan's positive drugs test. So you see, BoxRec. The irony is, if you look at this, it says Box Pro 32 bouts, but only 31 appear. So I don't know if you see that. Here it is, 32 bouts, 31-0. They don't even have the no contest in the no contest column at this particular point in time. So already people are going to be saying there's 32 here, but only 31 are accounted for. Trill dollar bill. My brother, you've seen all this. You're familiar with all this. The New York State Athletic Commission gives Devin Haney his O back. But do you consider him as an undefeated fighter? Give us your reasoning as to why you give us your answer.
My answer is going to be all over the place. I'm sorry.
Do you?
I'm going to apologize to people right now. My answer is going to be all over the place. I seen Devin's reaction to him getting his O back, and it seemed very cringy. It seemed like forced, and it seemed like Devin is not happy, right? And I can tell you why he's not happy. And it was one of the reasons why I was upset in the first place. Excuse me. I didn't jump out the window when the whole Ryan thing, when they say, "Oh, Ryan cheated," or I always the type of person is I want to wait till everything is done. You know, that's the type of person I am. Like, you're always innocent to proven guilty. You know, that's what I believe. So I didn't jump out the window. What made me upset with Devin Haney was when he didn't want to get his get back. When Devin Haney stated that he didn't want revenge, because y'all gotta remember, if y'all are tuned in with Boxing Bros, I picked Devin Haney to win that fight. I was high on Devin Haney before all this stuff happened. I thought he was something that he wasn't. So my disappointment came from that. You know, I don't want people to say, "Oh, I think he sucks" and all this stuff like that. No, I have a right to my opinion. I have a right to how I feel, and I just feel like I was wrong about the person that I thought he was, and it started to show. So when I say that, was for example, when he didn't want revenge after getting beat by Ryan, and then supposedly Ryan was on something when he said he didn't want to rematch him at first. I was disappointed. I was like, you should want to get your get back. That's the only way that you're gonna feel complete and not feel like, this, like you lost, you know, if you feel like you've been wronged. And the fact that you didn't want to get in there like the legends have done before when they felt like they've been cheated, Alexis Aguayo, Miguel Cotto, and others who have went in there and rematched guys after they felt they was done wrong. You didn't want to do that. So that's where my disdain for you came. Even with the actions, how you conducted yourself leading up to the fight. And then with the situation, how you say you knew that you had it. Like, I was totally against the fight. If anybody can go back to Boxing Bros, and when this fight was made, I was totally against the fight. I said, no, why are they picking on Ryan? Ryan doesn't even have a belt. I'm like, go fight one of these guys that got a belt. Won't you unify? I felt like everybody was cherry. I felt like Devin, who was levels above Ryan, was cherry picking Ryan. And I said it wasn't fair, especially with the Ryan's mental at that point, everything that he was going to, especially after the loss with Tank. I felt that Ryan wasn't the same mentally, and then I felt like that Devin was picking on him. So if y'all go back and look at Boxer Bros, I was totally against that fight. Fast forward, he said everything. Oh, he's on drugs. He's this, that, and the third. You took the money for the weight. You knew that he wasn't gonna make weight. You took that money, and you still end up losing. You got your old back, but it's not gonna sit right with you. It's not gonna sit right with you until you get back. And I heard that you want to get in there with Ryan again after the suspensions and stuff is done. And I think the mental damage might already been done. I think it might already been done, like to the point where Ryan might just have your number. Might be one of those things. Might be Vernon Forrest and Sugar Shane Mosley. He might just have your number. Yeah, but I don't think that we could ever forget what happened to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Even the Devin fanboys. Y'all are not going to be able to forget what happened that night against Ryan Garcia. I don't care if you give him back his O or not. That is going to forever haunt him until he goes in there and he gets get back against Ryan Garcia. Like, it would have haunt AJ if he let the Pillsbury Doughboy get away with what he did. You know what I'm saying? AJ went got get back. I think that Devin, forget the O. I think he would feel better and he'll feel like that champ again. And his head to be once he gets that get back, you know? And I just turned me the wrong way when Devin first was saying he didn't want to get no rematch and all this other stuff. And especially after saying, you know, portraying like how he was a gangster, you know. And I just, you got your old back, but we seen what happened. We seen how you was, you had an off night. I felt like no matter what, you had an off night, and everybody is using this Austerine thing for the fact of the matter that you took Ryan lightly. You took Ryan lightly. Ryan, yo, can I be honest? Like, I'm sorry. I don't want to, like, I was trying to be nice and I was trying to be the cool trail and, you know, like, to appeal to people's feelings and stuff, like the Haney fanboys and stuff like that. I was trying to appeal to their feelings and all that. But y'all act like Ryan was out here dusting Devin. He wasn't. Go back and watch that fight, yo. Ryan was actually doing horrible in that fight. Ryan was actually doing horrible in that fight. He was getting dusted in that fight. Ryan was gassed and everything. The only thing that homeboy had to do was put his hands up. That's all Devin had to do. But you went out there and had no respect for Ryan, and that's what happened. Let's stop making this thing all about this Austrian stuff. You see what Danny did when what's the name was on the juice? You seen what Oscar did when my man Fernando was on the juice. Come on. You even got Sugar Shane Mosley talking about when I was on the juice, I had my worst performance against Oscar. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That Austerine had nothing to do with you not blocking that left hook. And I'm sorry. Like, if people think like go back and watch that fight. Ryan looked horrible in that fight. Like, Ryan looked horrible, and he only has certain moments, and those moments was the ones that they highlight. Those are the only time. Those highlights is what they show on Twitter and on the. That's the highlights. The rest of that fight, Ryan looked horrible. He looked gassed. He was breathing mouth open. You know what I'm saying? Devin underestimated that kid. He had his hands down, and he got caught. And he kept getting caught. Ryan was over there throwing little wild shots and all that. It was horrible. Go back and watch that fight. I was like, oh my goodness, I can't believe. I thought it was a different type of fight because you watch the highlights and then you go back and watch the fight. You be like, what's going on? There was a time where Ryan did the windmill in that fight. He hit that and was like this. He got so wild. You know what I'm saying? So when I went back and I watched that fight, I was like, yo, he went out there and he had no respect for Ryan. And it cost him. Please, just go back and watch the fight. If you think I'm lying, just go back and watch the fight. You can feel how you feel. This is just how I feel. I feel like he had no respect for Ryan, and he went out there and he got caught. He didn't hold. He didn't do the things that he was supposed to do. Tank didn't play with Ryan. Tank did not play with Ryan. Go back and watch the Tank fight. It kind of looked like Tank was kind of fighting scared because he wasn't playing. He didn't get. He waited. He held Ryan until the ref broke him up. He did not play with Ryan. He kept his hands up. Even with that counter shot that threw Ryan on his butt, that put Ryan, he had his hands up. Even though Ryan kept throwing the same punch over and over again. And that's what he did with Dev. You're absolutely right, Dev. Ryan was a C+ fighter. You look like you had your skills was way more above, but you disrespected the sport. Anybody that steps in that circle, you have to respect them because they have a heartbeat and they got 2 fists. And you forgot about that. And that's what cost you the victory. Well, you got your old back. But to a lot of people who's looking at this fight, go watch the fight back. And then you see then go back and watch and see what Danny did to Morales. Go back to see what Oscar De La Hoya did to one of my favorite fighters. I don't know. I'm sorry I went on my little rant, brother, but it's just wild to me. It's just wild. It's just wild, bro. If you really go back and watch that fight, I was thinking that Ryan was really out here the way people was acting. I thought that Ryan went out here and masterclass Devin. You know what I'm saying? I thought he put a masterclass butt whooping on Devin. I forgot the fight. How people was acting. No. Devin was disrespectful. He disrespected Ryan. He can beat Ryan. He can beat Ryan. If he goes in there and he respects him as a fighter. You thought that you was just going to have a showcase. You thought it was going to be that. You let the whole Tank situation get, I'm going to have this, my performance going to be better than Tank's performance. You was just thinking about all that. And it messed him all up. He got the Tank got in his head. And then he went out there and he got hit. Wow. And it messed the whole thing. Yeah. Yeah. That's what happened. I'm sorry. And I like you, Devin. I've been following you since you was a kid. We've been here on Boxing Bro. We champ for you, Devin. But I got to call it how I see it. Because if I didn't, then people would be like, yo, you wilding. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was wrong. I picked you to win the fight. Ryan won. And I said the reason why Ryan won is because you did a bad cherry. You picked a bad cherry that swelled your face up. That's what it was. He picked the wrong cherry and it swelled his face up. That's all I gotta say, man. Because as a guy that done watched boxing and been around the sport and I done seen it, yeah, you got your old back, but I'm not gonna be able to forget it. I'm not gonna be able to forget. I'm sorry. So to me, nah. You got your old, but to me, you still lost because you did that to yourself. I like to quote before I get out of here. I like to quote, AB. He said this thing, and I wish AB would have used his own quote for him. Boxing is like a woman. You know what I'm saying? If you don't treat her right, you know what I'm saying? She'll go off with the next one. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. You disrespect the sport of boxing, you take a fighter lightly, this is what happens. That's all I'm trying to say.
So what I tweeted was the New York State Athletic Commission can give Ryan his old back if they want to, but he'd never be undefeated. And the fact that they did that is like someone lying about being a virgin. We all saw what happened to him. So we know that he got beat by Ryan, right? So now they're trying to convince us that we didn't see what we actually saw. But for me, what I don't like is the perception and how people are being portrayed if they don't ride with Devin. So, for example, if you don't support Devin, if you're not like, oh, celebrating the fact that Devin got his old back, somehow they try to label you as a hater. They try to label you as jealous. They try to, push this agenda and make you seem a certain way. But they overlook a lot of things. So first, let's talk about the villain. They say, oh, how does Devin become the villain in all this? What they do is they overlook everything Devin did in the buildup. So in the buildup, right, Devin Haney said he was going to kill Ryan. He said if he dies, right? Just gloss over that. Like, he never said anything like that. They act like Devin isn't known for being a weight bully. Look at all his fights. Look at when he fought Vasily Lomachenko. Look at when he fought Regis Prograis. Look at when he fought George Kambosos. He always came in and rehydrated well over 15% in addition, and when you consider the weight limit. So, for example, in California, they allow fighters to rehydrate 15% over the weight limit. Devin came in 18% over the weight limit against Regis Prograis. And you heard the California Athletic State Commission say that that was cheating. Now, the question is, will the California Athletic Commission take away Devin's victory over Regis the same way New York just did to Ryan? And if they do that, then Devin doesn't have the WBC strap because he took that from Regis. So my thing is, Devin cheated against Regis. The California Athletic State Commission already said that. But no one's supporting Regis. No one's coming out saying, give Regis his strap back. No one's coming back saying, take that loss off Regis' record. So in that sense, you're picking and choosing when you want to have outrage. It's selective outrage. So for Devin now, you're upset. But when Devin cheated Vasily, when Devin cheated Regis Prograis, none of you cared. And in addition to that, many people, including myself, I came on here immediately after said I thought Vasily Lomachenko beat Devin. I think Vasily beat Devin. And he had to do that being the smaller man who moved up weight classes. Devin's the guy who drains himself. So Vasily has to move up weight classes to fight bigger people, and Devin drains himself to fight smaller people. Vasily beats him and still doesn't get the strap because Devin's cheating rehydration clause ways, which brings me to my next point. You're saying, we're making Devin the villain, but that's cap. Devin works with Victor Conti, the man who masterminded Balco, the biggest cheating scandal in the history of sports, right? The man who was giving people something called the clear, who was telling people. You can hear Shane Mosley on deposition. Shane Mosley said, yeah, I injected myself with EPO. He said, but this guy gave me this cream. And he said, as long as you're using this cream, the clear, you're going to test clean. You know, Shane said he knew he was injecting EPO, but he said he didn't know what was in the clear. So now this man who's a villain to the entire sports world works with Devin. So by association, people aren't going to like Devin because they know he's working with Victor Conti. Victor Conti, the man who gives people the clear. And now you have Devin accomplishing something remarkable. He's able to rehydrate 24, 25 pounds and still perform on the night of the fight. There aren't too many. Honestly, I think Devin may be the only fighter in the sport doing this. We would have to look into this. How many fighters rehydrate 24, 25 pounds in the sport of boxing like Devin? And Mauricio Suleiman called this out as a problem before it even got to Regis Prograis. So Devin's been doing this for a long time. So my question is, what supplements is Devin Haney taking that allows him to drain himself and weigh 140 at the weigh-in and then come in the night of the fight weighing 165? And we already know it's cheating. So Devin's not being made the villain because people want to support Ryan Garcia. Many people called out Devin's weight bullying ways for the longest time. That includes me. I've been one who's been calling out Devin Haney as a weight bully. So let's not act like Devin Haney is someone who, has just been doing everything by the book, weighing in right, everything. And then we all came out here. No. One, he's been a weight bully. Two, he works with Victor Conti, the biggest drug cheat in the history of sport. And he's been cheating in terms of weight, weighing in over 15 pounds over the 15% over the weight limit the day of the fight. Every time he fought someone, cheating fighters having an unfair advantage over fighters like Vasily Lomachenko, Regis Prograis in title fights that cost them and hurt their career. But no one's saying anything about that. So we're not making him the villain. He made himself the villain. So another thing I want to touch on is Timothy Bradley said they're uplifting Ryan. No, we're not uplifting Ryan. We're not uplifting Ryan. Devin downplayed Ryan so much, we're shocked he lost to him. Remember, I'm a C-level fighter. He's an A-level fighter.
Exactly.
Right? I mean, I'm an A-level fighter. He's a C-level fighter. I'm an A-level fighter. He's a C-level fighter. He said that with his mouth, but he also said that with his actions, bro. He said that with his actions. Like whenever Ryan was talking, he would downplay him. Just meet me in the center of the ring. Just meet me in the center of the ring. Bill Haney, I'm sending my son in to kill him. I'm sending my son in to kill him. If he dies, he dies. Right? So you saying that type of stuff because you're extremely confident. And what was Devin's biggest talking point going into that fight? I just want my credit when I beat him. I just want my credit. I just want the full credit when I beat him. He's acting crazy for the public. I just want my full credit when I beat him. Fine, you want your full credit when you beat him. So you in your mind, you thought you was going to beat him. Your dad thought you were going to kill him. Which brings me to the last thing. Timothy Bradley. Oh, and he came in overweight. Was that a shocker? Remember now, they knew this. They knew this. They said he's not going to make weight. Okay, fine. I want 500,000 a pound. Deal, whatever. They shook on it. So now, not only does Devin not respect his fight game, Devin knows he's going to come in overweight, and he agrees to fight him. Still, with a weight penalty, because that's how little he respected Ryan Garcia. So now, when the fight happens, and Ryan beats Devin, you want us all to feel sorry for Devin. Now, here's the thing. Ryan had trace amounts of ostarine in the system. Okay, but if you understand how drug tests work, then he was clean up to this point. Then he has trace amounts. So you want us to act like all of a sudden that makes Ryan an extreme villain in the sport of boxing. But the same dudes, a lot of you who want us to make Ryan a villain, who want us to discredit Ryan, want us to go after Ryan, were the same ones who were supporting Alicia Baumgartner. Alicia Baumgartner, remember, she tested positive after her fight. She was able to show how this stuff got in her system, and she still maintained the title, and the loss is still on, I think it's like Christine Ledoux or whatever. It's still on her record. Remember Tyson Fury? He had stuff in his system when he beat Christian Hammer. Then after that, he went on to beat Vladimir Klitschko. Vladimir Klitschko knew nothing about him testing positive against Christian Hammer. He didn't find out until after. Vladimir Klitschko didn't act like some punk and want to go to court and get the loss overturned. Vladimir Klitschko wanted it back in blood. He wanted the rematch. Fury is the one who didn't want the rematch. So it's not just, that we want to protect Ryan. It's the way that Devin's handling this. We brought it up. Miguel Cotto back in blood. Trills brought it up. Alexis Aguayo wanted it back in blood when he thought that Panama Lewis gave the Hawk Pryor something in the corner. And we said, give me the drink I mixed. Throughout the sport of boxing, this is nothing new. We've seen this before. We've never seen anyone handle it the way that Devin has handled it. Which brings me to my last point. The street man. Oakland, California. I'm from the streets. We don't care nothing about that undefeated. I'm from the streets. Blah, 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 this and that. Okay, so you from the streets, right? So the street way to handle that would have been to handle that. Now I want to go get the he want to get the loss removed. He want to get this done. He wants Brian banned from boxing. Yo, and I've been saying this. Why? With all the stuff that's happened, is the best promotion that could ever happen for this rematch, right? And Devin, we're going to talk about this a little later. Devin has his own promotional company. I don't know if Ryan has his own promotional company, but with all that's happened, after Ryan's suspension, why don't DHP and Ryan put this fight on themselves?
By themselves.
Why don't you find a network that will pick up this fight and you two promote this fight yourselves? You've already done it. Since Eddie don't want to pick it up, and Top Rank, Top Rank might be who you work with to get it through ESPN pay-per-view. But my thing is, you two done did all this work. Why not run it back? DHP Promotions, Garcia or Ryan Garcia Promotions, do it yourself, get a network to pick it up, and then make some big time money on it so that you both can retire. You're playing the game wrong, and that's why you keep losing. No, Devin Haney is not undefeated. I saw Ryan Garcia smash him.
Now, that's a great idea. Hell, they can even do that on Triller. You know what I'm saying? Let us know how you feel in the comments section. Please like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter. And please check out our podcast on all major streaming services. That's my brother Caden. I'm the commissioner, Trill Dollar Bill. It's LLG for life. We the Boxer Bros, and we just getting started.